I spent the last several days watching video after video of people who tried LEGO investing and decided to quit. I noted down some of the most common reasons that I saw and have categorized them as good reasons and bad reasons. The good reasons I believe are legitimate justifications and concerns for why LEGO investing wasn't for them. The bad reasons are things that are fixable, like early mistakes in your LEGO investing career or just false statements about LEGO investing in general. I think this video will be helpful for anyone considering LEGO investing or just starting out, all the way up to people who've been doing this for many years. Let's go ahead and get started with some legitimate reasons for why LEGO investing probably isn't for you. The first one we have is that you're not passionate about LEGO. Maybe you stumbled upon some YouTube videos about LEGO investing and about how much money can be made in it, but you didn't build LEGO as a kid or as an adult, and you don't see anything desirable about LEGO other than just wanting to make money. This isn't a simple commodity to master. There's a lot of learning and research you have to do to understand why LEGO sets perform well after retirement. And if you're not passionate about LEGO to begin with, this will feel like a chore and you'll probably get burnt out a few weeks or months after starting. It's also helpful to have a collector's point of view when deciding what sets to invest in. If you're not a fan of LEGO, you're not going to have any idea what other fans or collectors will have demand for in the future. The next reason is that it's not passive income. There are lots of videos on YouTube that make this out to be a really easy way to make money, but there are many nuances to LEGO investing, and researching sets is only one part. You have to buy the sets and make sure you're getting good discounts, store the sets, list them on your selling platform, pack them up in boxes once they sell, and ship them out. On top of that, you need to be organized on the back end with documentation of every set you bought, what you paid for them, and also document your sales. It's not a hands-off investment that just grows without you doing anything. And the last legitimate reason for why LEGO investing isn't for you is that it takes too much time for not enough reward. This kind of ties into the last point. All of these tasks take up a good amount of time. I will say that early on in the first year or two of investing, those will be the most time-consuming years while you're figuring out how everything works. But once you have a routine and system worked out, it should be much more streamlined. In regards to the reward part, it all boils down to how you value your time, but it also involves how good of a job you're doing at buying sets at good discounts, which I'll cover more later in this video. LEGO investing can work with many different goals and strategies. If you're wanting to try to double your money every year and a half, it's not an unrealistic goal, but you just have to really prioritize buying sets at the very best discounts. If you're wanting to double your money over the next 5 years or more, it's much less labor intensive on the sourcing side since you're not as concerned with getting the absolute best deal. So the returns for your time is definitely a valid reason not to invest if you'd rather put your money into something that grows slower but doesn't take up much of your time. If you're enjoying this video, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe to my channel for more LEGO investing content. Now, there were quite a few reasons that I saw that I didn't think were quite accurate or could just be fixed by learning a little bit more about LEGO investing. First off, I saw that there were a lot of people saying that there were too many people investing in LEGO, that the market's dead and oversaturated. I've been doing this since 2011. I've seen people in LEGO investing forums every year sounding the alarm that the market's too flooded with investors and that the end is near. Well, it's been 13 years, and as each year passes, LEGO is more and more popular. There are more investors, but there are also more collectors wanting to buy retired sets, so the demand has really kept up. Yes, the good old days of buying any large set at MSRP and doubling your money are gone. You need to make much more educated decisions on the sets you're buying and be disciplined by buying them at good discounts. Another reason I saw is that people said they couldn't buy sets at good discounts. If you're not finding sets at good discounts, you're either not looking in the right places or you just need to be more patient for deals to come around. The first several months of the year are pretty slow for deals. During the middle of the year, we typically see an Amazon Prime Day and many other retailers that will run competing sales of their own. Then during Q4, there are lots of sales throughout those months. And for buying sets from Lego.com, they also run a few sales throughout the year, but the big draw for buying sets from them is their gift with purchase promotions that they run all throughout the year, as well as their Insiders Rewards program. You should be looking to find as many Lego investing communities on Facebook or other websites or forums where people share Lego deals that they find. There are also several paid communities where members are more diligent about tracking and posting deals, like my Patreon. Lastly, there are also bots and software that you can purchase that will send you alerts whenever sets you're watching go on sale. And the next reason that I saw way too often is that no one is paying inflated prices over MSRP on eBay or Amazon. This is just not true, and if you believe this, I really recommend you watch some of my other videos or just do the research yourself. If you go to Brickset.com, they have a database of pretty much every Lego set ever made. Pick out 20 sets that retired in 2022 or earlier, and then look at what those sets are selling for on eBay and Amazon. The next reason I saw a lot was that the economy's down, no one has money to spend on Lego, and that there's not enough demand. I will say that it's true that the average American is struggling with the realities of inflation, while the stock market continues to consolidate and a handful of the largest companies are driving the markets to new heights. I'm no economic expert, but this is definitely showing in America today. But this can be true, and Lego can still be more popular than ever. The average person may be cutting back, spending less on non-essentials, but that also means other Lego investors will also be cutting back and getting out of it completely. This past year, we've seen a significant drop-off in the amount of sellers for many of the 2023 retired sets. This is causing prices to rise faster for quite a few of these sets. In my opinion, this bodes well in the short term and long term for Lego investors. We're seeing prices rise faster now, but for long-term holders, price appreciation may be even higher than expected due to competition selling out sooner and more collectors getting back into the hobby once the economy is better and they have more expendable income. Lego is showing no signs of slowing down in popularity, and the outlook for the future is bright. The next reason is Lego's just going to re-release the set or minifigure that you invested in. This is definitely a legit concern, but it's very uncommon. There have been a handful of instances of Lego retiring a set and then re-releasing that exact same set again, like the ship in a bottle or the Saturn V rocket. While this is a possibility, it's so rare that Lego's done this. The worst case scenario is that Lego does re-release a set that you've invested in. You should have somewhat of a diversified collection of sets for investing that year, and that will only impact a small percentage of your overall investment in Lego. You should always keep up with Lego rumors and leaks. Once there's credible info that this re-release is going to happen with a set that you invested in, you'll have time to sell that set for a small profit before it comes out, which is what I would do. Or you can decide to hold them for several more years until the re-release set retires. And there's also concern, especially in the Star Wars theme, about Lego recreating the same ship or unique figure included in a set that you invested in. We know from Lego's history that they will always recreate popular ships like X-Wings or TIE Fighters. That's a well-known risk, and if you want to avoid that, then don't invest in sets that have a high chance of being remade. As far as minifigures being remade, that is a risk that's hard to combat against, but if it's a set that has multiple exclusive figures, you do reduce the likelihood that every single figure in that set is remade. Again, these are legitimate risks, but if the situation happens to a set you've invested in, it will suck, but you have a good number of other sets to outweigh the negatives of that risk. Then there are people saying that Lego investing is uncertain and gambling. As I say in all my videos, I'm not a financial advisor, and you should do your own research into Lego investing before you buy, but this is how I view that topic myself. Number one, above all else, as with any investment, only invest what you can afford to lose. Nothing is ever guaranteed, and anything can happen to anything that you have that can cause all of it to lose value. That being said, I don't know of another asset that both holds its value and appreciates in value better than Lego. There can be plenty of volatility in the crypto or stock markets, and you can lose a large percentage of value. There are very few Lego sets that lose value when compared to the typical selling price when that set was in production. Just like with stocks and other investments, you research and make educated decisions on which sets to invest in that have the best likelihood to increase in value. Saying that Lego is gambling is just not true. As long as you're making educated purchases, you just can't lose all your money. That's never happened before. Selling platform fees and shipping take all of your profit. I see lots of YouTube videos talking about ROIs you could be pulling in with Lego, but I rarely see people considering the fees and shipping costs when you sell sets. I believe this has caused a lot of new investors to go astray. Personally, ROI means nothing to me. My profit numbers and profit percentages are what matter. So yes, this is a real expense that will eat into your profits, but that doesn't mean you can't make money investing in Lego. You need to consider the fees and shipping that you'll need to pay before buying a set for investing. If you see a $100 set for 20% off, $80, and think selling it for $160 will double your money, that's just not true. If you're selling on eBay, you'll pay roughly $26 in fees and about $12 in shipping, depending on the size and weight of the box. That comes out to $122 and a 52.5% profit, which is still great, but nowhere near doubling your money. So you have two options here. Either be more disciplined and buy sets at better discounts, or plan for a longer hold time and wait for the values to rise more. You can still be very profitable selling sets after fees and shipping. You just have to buy your sets at the right price to compensate for it. We're coming down to the last three reasons. The next one here is I don't have the space. This is definitely a genuine issue to an extent, and Lego investing may not be for you if you live in, say, a studio apartment. But I believe you can still do it if you're determined enough. Be resourceful. Maybe you're able to store sets at a trusted family member or friend's house. Depending on your scale, you could rent a storage unit, but I try to stay away from this until you're at a decently large scale. For example, if you're only bringing in, say, $10,000 a year in profits, the cost of renting a storage unit will significantly impact your profits and slows how fast you're able to grow your money. The second to last reason is that I always choose the wrong sets. This can be easily fixed by learning more and just taking time to watch the market a year or 2 years, seeing full cycles of sets retire and seeing which sets did best and what their situation was is crucial experience and helps you make much more educated investing decisions. In the meantime, soak up as much information as you can on YouTube and other Lego investing outlets. In all of my investing analysis on my channel, I'm sharing exactly what type of research I'm putting into these sets. Hang in there, learn and observe as much as you can, and over time you'll become an expert. And the last reason I want to cover is that I can't scale this large enough. I'm personally not at 6 figures in revenue a year, but there are several people on my Patreon that are, and getting to that number is definitely achievable. I will say that once you're trying to get to multiple 6 figures, if that's what you're wanting to do, is challenging, but it is possible. There are more people out there than you think that are doing this. If you're at a point where you're not able to buy enough sets at the right discounts to spend your entire budget for the year, you may want to revamp your Lego investing strategy. You may need to sacrifice hold time for buying more sets at not as ideal prices. At that level, it's also probably worth exploring working with a wholesaler. Only a few people will ever face these challenges, so I don't think this is an issue that should be holding you back from getting into investing. If you're a Lego investor, either just beginning or have been in the game a long time, the Brick Dynasty Patreon is a community that you should consider joining. You get access to an active Discord where myself and other members discuss the latest Lego investing topics and share things that we're learning. Every time I'm buying sets for investing, I send out an alert detailing what I'm buying and how I'm getting them at the best discount. You get access to a spreadsheet that I update monthly that lays out every set that's projected to retire by Brick Fanatics, BrickTap, and Brickset. There are columns indicating whether it's a retailer exclusive to Target, Walmart, Lego, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Kohl's. And I also have a column with my targeted discount that I need to invest in each of these sets. Each month we have group meetings where we chat about any hot topics or questions that the group has. I make monthly Patreon exclusive videos that are a little more laid back. I'm more open about my personal business. I conduct some in-depth analysis on sets or share my thoughts on relevant news in the Lego investing world. And finally, you get access to a template of the Lego inventory tracker that I personally use that lays out how I track and calculate all the discounts I stack up on my purchases. I strongly believe this Patreon is a great value. I would love to have been in a community like this when I started investing in Lego. If you're interested, the link to join is in the description below. At the end of the day, please don't take what I say or what any other person is saying about how Lego investing is amazing or doesn't work at face value. Take some time to look at a sample size of sets from a few years ago and see what recent sold listings are on eBay and Amazon. Factor in a reasonable discount that you could have gotten on them and how much fees and shipping will take from that sale. This should really help you see if Lego investing is worth it for you. If you have any questions about the topics that I discussed in the video, definitely leave them down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe to my channel for more Lego investing content. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, my videos are not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only sharing my journey as a Lego investor, and I encourage you to do your own research before buying any Lego sets.